Thank you guys for coming. Who am I? I'm the R&D director at CERTUBIG, which is the computer emergency response team of digital security. I'm quite interested in smart things and smart stuff, connected stuff, well, everything IoT related. And also I'm a reverse engineer, so this is my job to break things. Well, this is on the schedule. First thought, you will find a lot of devices, of smart devices and maybe dumb devices. A lot of people talked about it. A lot of people demonstrated that it's it's a kind of broken things. Maybe you have heard about it. First, in 2016, there was the Mirai botnet that hit a lot of devices, causing distributed denial of services. We also met the creepy IoT teddy bear. This teddy bear leaks a lot of information about kids and parents. Also in Germany, the German government decided to stop the sale of this pretty blonde doll because it's considered by the German government as a spying device. This doll just listens every time and records everything. So all of these devices are not quite well secured, and it's quite an insecure world when it comes to IoT. These devices may be compromised to cause distributed denial of service attacks. Also to hide files in it. There are some stories with a fridge hacked that hosted some kind of pornography files and child porn. So this may be a problem, and a lot of them are not correctly secure, and uses telnet and SSH services to allow remote authentication. So this, combined with default passwords, allows a lot of hackers and also botnets to break into cameras, into DVRs, into everything connected using these protocols. I'm going to be very quick about this. So when it comes to the physical world, this is quite a problem. See, there is a smart lock made by Vachette here, Vachette Hunter. So this is a quite well-known smart lock. But this smart lock, if you hack it, you can go inside a home, go inside a flat, and steal everything. And the fun fact is, here for this device, if you break into the home or a house, there is absolutely no track of your attack on many devices. I mean, I break the smart lock, I go inside the house, and then I lock again the smart lock using some kind of vulnerability. Okay, if you go to your insurance company saying, someone stole all my stuff in my house, but there is absolutely no track of a brutal entry, they would say, oh, that's a problem, because we need evidences, we need proof that your door has been forced. But there are no proof, so this is a problem. And also, when it comes to medical devices, this is another problem because, if someone breaks into your insulin pump or break into your pacemaker and makes something bad, just like Jason showed us this morning, previously, this is going to be a problem, especially if you're dead. So the connected devices are very, very connected devices is a trendy thing, and a lot of people buy these devices to be not act as a hipster, or I don't know. But these devices may play a specific role when it comes to investigation. There are some various cases we met during the last years, and the device may play different roles. First of all, the device was a victim, and someone hacked into the device, put some files, compromise this device, and this is used to make this defines a crime, illegal access to the device, and so on. The device can also be used to commit a crime. And this is the case for the Mirai botnet when some kind of malware spread into the device and use this device to scan all over the internet, to scan every available device and break into other devices by propagating. This device is used to commit another crime. And the device may also contain very valuable information about the crime. So this is an example of an insecure device, pacemakers. This is recent news. Some kind of researchers demonstrated that pacemakers are far more vulnerable to hacking than we thought. So okay, there are vulnerabilities. In this case, if a pacemaker is hacked, we can get information from the pacemaker itself. If we look at the memory, if we look at all the information stored on the pacemaker, we may get information about how this happened, how this crime was performed. So this is required to evaluate the damages and how bad the situation is. Maybe you have heard about the TV5 mount attack that occurred in April 2015. So the French ANSSI, this is a National IT Security Agency, handled the incident. They had a hard time figuring out how to extract valuable information, how to extract evidences from embedded devices. And this is a problem because if someone attacks this device, this, I don't know if it was transcoders or something like this, there is absolutely no standard procedure. There is no standard tools to handle this. And they had to call the vendor to know how to interact with this device and extract valuable information from it. So this is another problem. In this particular time with the terrorism threat and so on, ISIS is using drones to drop bombs in Syria. So these drones are targeted by the military, and the US Army and the French Army, caught some of these drones and try to identify to get information from it. So this is on the field with a drone. So you can see the device allowing the drone to drop bombs, but this is not the question here. Because what if we were able to get GPS information, GPS coordinates from this drone? What if we were able to get photos or videos or deleted photos or deleted videos that can show us the bad guys and where they are or where they were, where the drone was launched? So this is a very interesting information. And recently, another device called the Amazon's Alexa device. This is I don't know if you know this device. This is some kind of box you put in your arm, and you just have to say, Alexa, I want something, and this device order it for you. So this device is currently listening at any time and make records of your of the surrounding sound. So this device played a role in an FBI investigation where a man was suspected of murder. And it gave a lot of information to the FBI, and the FBI still wants to get access to the Amazon's records, voice records and sound records that the device made, just to get information from it, and to know if there was some track, vocal track of sound, that may be used as proof against this man. So again, we can get some information, photos, videos, log, sound recordings, and so on. Well, my point is that we need new stuff, we need new tools, new methodologies to handle this problem, to handle all these crimes targeting mobile devices or smart devices and so on. So, extracting information from any computer, we know how to do it. We are doing it in forensic stuff. You know NCASE, you know FTK, you know how to get a hard drive, extract a hard drive from a computer. Even a smartphone, because smartphones are little, tiny computers with little computers. So this is quite cool. But there's some problems, some issues we have to face when we try to get this or to perform this hard drive extraction or memory extraction on this device, or tiny device. And these problems are the following. What if the device uses a secure boot, with a military-grade encryption? So it's announced as a very, very secure device. We cannot break in. We want this device to be secured. So this is the solution chosen by the vendor to secure this device. But this is also a problem for us because we cannot get all the information we want from this device since it's secure. What if the device has no file system at all? Yeah, okay. I'm sure you know what a hard drive is, but there are no hard drives in embedded devices. They are too big to fit the device. So we have memory chips instead. How to handle these chips? How to extract information from this chip? This is another stuff. This requires other skills. You have to be equipped to extract all the information from this. And also, what if the device offers absolutely no way to access its systems or to extract live information, for instance? Take a Chinese IP camera. A Chinese IP camera, okay, this is cool, but I don't know how to get access to a serial console or a shell. I need some documentation. I need to reverse engineer this device to get this information. And also, we face a lot of problems. As I said, there is no hard drive, but we have various electronic chips. eMMCs, SPI flash, FRAM, internal flash memories, especially this used in system on chips, internal EEPROMs, and we need to be able to get all the information from these chips. So that means to get the right tools and the right knowledge. Also, you can use proprietary encryption, and generally, it offers no easy way to access the information. This is another point I will show you later. As an example, I will give you just a retext on some kind of post-mortem analysis of a device. I bought some smart part locks a few times ago. I presented this smart lock at DEF CON last year. And this smart lock has some kind of problem because the software is so badly coded that if you delete the application, the application on smartphone that handles this smart lock, you lose the PIN code the smart lock used to authenticate your user. So once the PIN code is lost, you get absolutely no way to get it from the device. It's lost. You have to remember what PIN code you used or your setup when you were using this smart lock. So this is quite a problem, and we use this padlock. I guess. Yeah, this one. We use this padlock. I know you know it. We use this padlock as a demo for our clients, and some consultants use them and delete the application without noting the previous PIN code that set up. So we were in trouble because we got two of them, $80 each, and we cannot use them anymore for the demos. So we started looking at this padlock. The first thought we had, yes, let's try to open it. We need to get access to some electronic stuff to extract information. Well, this is not quite difficult to open this padlock. Use a little screwdriver, and this pops in two halves the body of the smart lock. So, if you are concerned about IT security or IoT security, this may be something you do not want to have for a padlock, but anyway. So I open it. So the shackle is correctly open. You have to unscrew some kind of tiny screws, and you get access to the PCB. And this is where everything happens. You can see right here, the system on chip. This is a tiny device, a tiny electronic chip. And we need access to this device. So this chip is a Texas Instruments CC2541. It does not run an OS. This smart lock has no operating system and no external memory chip. So we have to get into the internal flash to get all the information and find it extracted from this device. So we need a CC debugger, which is a specific device made by TI to communicate with this chip. And we plug it with some kind of breadboard. And we were able to get all the firmware. But once we get the firmware and the flash content, there is another question. Where is the valuable information stored? There is no file system, there is no information, no clue about how the memory is used. So we had to reverse engineer the flash layout just to get or to determine where the information is stored. Some of them are quite trivial. We found very quickly the pin code stored by my colleague. So I was not aware of this pin code, but I discovered it. And more importantly, the event log. The fun fact with this padlock is that the mobile application does not provide a way to get this event log. So we identify many fields, such as the timestamp, which starts from the 1st of January 2000, and then the length here starts in 2 bytes of the username, and then the username. So we developed a tool just to make this very very straightforward. You know, we just provide the tool with a memory dump, and it extracts all the information. So this is quite interesting. And in fact, it took us more than 1 day to get all of this from this padlock, and this is too much. Sometimes you want to also perform some live analysis. Remember Mirai. Mirai was a botnet targeting connected devices such as DVRs and cameras. And it resides in memory. Once the camera is rebooted, no malware in it. If you want to perform a post-mortem analysis on the IP camera, you won't find anything with Mirai since it's just located in some kind of RAM. So we have to get live access to this device. So this is something very difficult because usually you have no easy way to communicate with the device. No system access, and also no standard procedure. And you won't have the correct tool to access this. So we had to find how to communicate with it. Sorry, my English, French, and so on. We have to communicate with the device using USART or BLE interfaces, where we are lucky with some kind of cameras. I will take this one as an example. This is a glucose monitoring system. I don't know if some of you know about this kind of devices. It just monitors the glucose level in your blood. This is used by people that have diabetes. So this device is quite interesting because they implemented the communication protocol based on the old protocols they made for serial interfaces. You know, this kind of ugly wire you plug into your computer. So they just ported an old protocol to a wireless protocol without taking it into account that the fact it's wireless. So anybody can use this protocol to communicate with the device. There is absolutely no authentication at all. So this is a security problem, but this is not my point. My point is that you can reverse engineer this protocol, know how to communicate with the device, and extract valuable information from it just by implementing this protocol again. So it took us, again, sometimes to get all this information. So we reverse engineered the .NET application, the .NET library used to communicate with the device. We found many interesting things. First of them, sorry, I don't know if you can read all of this, but there are some methods that can be very useful to communicate with this device. So we can get user records for measures. We can get firmware information. And the last one was just cut off. But you can also set the serial number, which is not a very good idea. But we can get the serial number too. This is the last one here. So we can extract serial numbers, measures, and so on by using this protocol. So we implemented a specific tool to collect all the available information from this device. But it takes time again, and there is absolutely no documentation at all. So we can get firmware, can get a serial number, and so on. And we decided to launch something we thought was going to be useful because we wanted to share all of this information. So here is the next. Just the output of the tool running on this device. So this is a DAMIEN Mini, and I was able to get all the records by simply using my BLE adapter on my computer. So this is quite interesting, but You can also get information from live devices using other tools. This one was quite simple because we had a communication protocol. But sometimes you need to get access to some serial ports or some shell using wires. You have to solder wires to some pads or some connectors to get access to the system. And sometimes these tools may be useful. The first one on the right is a portable soldering iron. So you can use it to solder wires on the fly without no power source. This may be interesting, but the second one on the left is quite weird. This is a conductive paste used for IRMs and so on, and medical field for electrodes. And this may be used to conduct electrons, and then just without any soldering, make a connection between a wire and a pad or a connector, and this is quite interesting. But sometimes it makes produces some issues due to the resistivity of the conductive paste. So we decided to launch a collective initiative, a collective website, in a way to share all of this information, to share tools, to share also methodologies and information about what we have done, what we have already done as forensic investigators on these devices. So what does this platform contains? It contains a lot of information about various devices, the smart lock I showed you, also some kind of some other devices, and curated methodologies. We took the computer-based forensic methodology and adapted it to the IoT world, to the connected devices. So we provide a specific methodology to get information, valuable information from devices, and open source tools, forensic open source tools to collect information from this device. And also, we keep track of non-vulnerabilities that can be used to extract information from these devices. Well, this part is not causes some trouble with the legal issues that may leverage. The goals for this platform is to allow a quick and efficient incident response when it comes to investigate some kind of connected device, and in short, to speed up investigations. So here what it looks like. So this is my digital platform. So this is the hardware forensic database we made at Digital Security. We provide many forensic summaries for each device, telling where to get information. Is it possible to get information? Does the device have some kind of logs or event logs that can be grabbed in order to get information from it? And how to handle its power? Because the main problem we have with these devices is to identify the power state of the device. You get a device, is it powered on, is it powered off? Based on this, your forensic methodology will change. We won't use the same approach. So we need to get this information. And we added a lot of information about this just to know how to handle this device. We also provide detailed information about how to access some console or shells on a device, where to solder wires, where to connect to get something valuable. And we also developed a lot of scripts just to automate all of this. So this is the padlock I showed you and the tools related. So we have some kind of a quick lock padlock tool that implements all the forensic process I showed you with the pin extraction and so on, and some kind of remedy you can use to use this tool. So basically, we have a lot of methodologies, a lot of tools, a lot of summaries, forensic summaries to know how to handle a specific device. And the most important thing is that it's a collaborative platform hosted on GitHub. So if you are doing some kind of forensics on connected devices, you may participate, you may contribute to this platform and add methodologies or even add tools just to make forensic investigators' life easier. So if you want to have a look at this database, it's online. It's open source. This is published under Creative Commons license. So if you want to contribute or to share, feel free. There was some kind of You may think that there are only 4 devices on this platform, but we are currently working on other devices, but we face some issues with NDAs we get from vendors. So this is we need to find some agreements to publish new stuff about specific devices on this platform. So this can take time. And the final word will be that I'm going to make it very short. There are still some efforts to do because most of the devices we analyzed have absolutely no information, no log, no tracks of user activity. So basically, if say a smart log is hacked, we have no clue about how this smart log has been hacked. And we cannot get proof, or we cannot prove that someone hacked into your smart log and steal all your stuff. So this is some kind of problem. And vendors also does not document all the stuff. Well, this is we can understand it, but it's important for us to know how to handle these devices, just to get the correct information from it. So they do not provide tools nor features to get information, and mostly they could do this. They could have done this stuff with some kind of SD cards. The main answer from vendors is that it costs a lot to put this kind of feature in your device. But in fact, it doesn't cost so much, and it could be very interesting to have this when it comes to medical domain or physical domain, such as the smart lock and the pacemaker, for instance. So this is the end of my presentation. I hope you will have a look at this platform, and for those in the forensics domain, try to contribute and share information and share knowledge about the methodologies and tools. And that's all for me. Thank you for attending this talk.